You want discipline. Everyone does. They plan for it. They promise themselves they'll start Monday. They even start strong. But here's what nobody tells you. Building real discipline, the kind that doesn't break when life gets hard, requires sustained, unbroken practice over a significant period of time. And there's a specific protocol that's been used for over 700 years that takes exactly 100 days. Not because there's magic in that number, but because that's how long the monks found it took to transform practice into identity. In a minute, I'm going to show you the exact protocol, the same one used in Japanese monasteries during the Kamakura period, the same one that turned ordinary men into individuals with unbreakable will. But first, you need to understand why everything you've tried before didn't stick. You started with excitement. Excitement fades when routine sets in. You tried building it with goals. Goals feel distant when the daily work gets boring. You relied on having a good day. But discipline built on good days collapses on bad ones. What you need is a protocol, a system, something that works whether conditions are favorable or not. And that's what I'm about to give you. Before we get into it, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching these videos, liking them, and engaging with this content. You're the reason this channel exists. I see you. I appreciate you. Now, if you're new here or you've been watching but haven't commented yet, do me a favor. Drop a comment below. Tell me honestly, have you ever stuck with anything for 100 consecutive days? What was it? Or if you haven't, just say, not yet. Let me know where you're starting from. Now, let me show you what 100 days of unbroken practice actually does to a human being. Let me tell you about something documented in the training records of Eiheiji Monastery, one of the main temples of Soto Zen Buddhism. Founded in 1244, new monks who entered Eiheiji weren't considered full monks for the first 100 days. They were called unsui during this period, literally, clouds and water, meaning they hadn't solidified into their final form yet. During these first 100 days, they followed a protocol called Ango, a period of intensive training where they did the same exact routine every single day for 100 consecutive days. Same wake-up time, 3:30 a.m. every day. Same meditation periods, 4 hours total every day. Same work, cleaning, cooking, studying, every day. Same bedtime, 9 p.m. every day. No breaks, no days off. No, I'll skip today and make up for it tomorrow. 100 days, no exceptions. Historical records from the Kamakura and Muromachi periods show this wasn't just tradition. The monks had discovered something through centuries of observation. There's a threshold where repeated action becomes automatic identity. Research by Dr. Philippa Lally at University College London in 2009 found that habit formation varies widely. Simple habits can form in about 30 days, but complex behavioral changes that alter your self-concept take between 66 and 254 days, depending on the behavior's complexity. The monks, through empirical observation over centuries, settled on 100 days as the optimal time frame, long enough to embed deep change, short enough to remain psychologically achievable. Brain imaging studies on long-term practitioners show that after sustained practice periods, neural pathways strengthen to the point where the behavior becomes the default, not the exception. The action stops being something you do and becomes part of who you are. But here's the critical part the monks understood. It has to be consecutive. Miss one day, the protocol says you don't continue from day 99. You start over at day 1. Why? Because discipline isn't about accumulating days of practice. It's about proving you can maintain an unbroken commitment regardless of circumstances. The unbroken chain is what forges iron discipline. The chain itself becomes the practice. So here's the actual protocol, the real one, adapted from the monastic records of Eiheiji and other Soto Zen temples. It's called Hyaku Nichi Tanren, the 100-day forging. You pick 3 non-negotiable practices. Not 5, not 10. 3. 1 for the body, 1 for the mind, 1 for the spirit. And you do them every single day for 100 consecutive days, no matter what. The body practice, something physical that requires effort, must be completed before 8 a.m. Examples from monastic tradition: 108 prostrations, full body bows to the ground; 1 hour of samu, mindful work like sweeping, carrying water; martial arts training or physical conditioning, your modern version, run 6 kilometers, 100 push-ups and 100 squats; 1 hour of manual labor. The point isn't what you choose. The point is it must be demanding enough that some mornings your body will resist, and you do it anyway. The mind practice, something that requires sustained attention, must be completed before noon. Examples from monastic tradition: 2 hours of zazen, sated meditation. Copying sutras by hand requires intense focus. Studying Buddhist texts with deep concentration. Your modern version, 30 minutes of focused work on your most important project. No phone, no distractions. Learn 1 new skill for 30 minutes. Language, instrument, craft. Read and take notes on difficult material for 30 minutes. The point: training your attention to stay where you direct it even when it wants to wander. The spirit practice, something that connects you to meaning beyond immediate gratification, must be completed before bed. Examples from monastic tradition: evening zazen, meditation on the day's actions, reciting the 5 remembrances, reflections on impermanence. Gratitude practice, your modern version, write 3 things: what you're grateful for, where you failed today, what you'll improve tomorrow. Sit in silence for 10 minutes reviewing your day. Help someone else, even small. A message, a call, an action. The point: reminding yourself that discipline serves something larger than personal comfort. Now here's the critical rule: you must track every single day. Get a physical calendar. Put it somewhere you see it every day. Every day you complete all 3 practices, mark an X on that day. The visual chain matters. Seeing 47 days in a row makes day 48 easier because breaking the chain becomes psychologically costly. Seeing 73 days in a row makes quitting on day 74 feel like destroying 73 days of investment. Jerry Seinfeld famously used this for writing comedy, but monks were applying it 800 years before him. If you're still with me, if you're actually considering doing this, hit that like button. Let me know you're taking this seriously, and it genuinely helps others who need this message find it. Now, let me tell you the part nobody wants to hear. You will likely fail on your first attempt, not because you're inadequate, because circumstances happen. You'll get sick, you'll travel, you'll have an emergency, you'll forget. You'll face a day when keeping the commitment feels impossible. And when you miss a day, when you break the chain, the protocol says you start over at day 1, not day 2, day 1. This isn't punishment. It's the mechanism that creates iron discipline. Most programs let you get back on track. Miss a day, just continue from where you left off. That's soft discipline. That's discipline with safety nets. Iron discipline has no safety nets. You either maintain the chain or you start over. There's a documented story from Iheiji Monastery about a monk in the 1600s who was doing his 100-day Ango. On day 97, 3 days from completion, he fell severely ill. Fever, couldn't leave his bed. He missed that day. When he recovered, the abbot told him, "Begin again, day 1. He was devastated. And the 97 days of flawless practice erased. But he started over, day 1, again. And the records note, the second time through he was transformed, more committed, stronger in his resolve. Because he'd learned that discipline isn't about reaching day 100. It's about becoming someone who honors their commitments regardless of cost. The first 97 days weren't wasted. They were preparation. The second 100 days were the actual forging. Psychological research on resilience shows that people who experience setbacks and restart develop what's called hardiness, increased resistance to future setbacks, but only if they actually restart. Maintaining the same standards, lowering the bar after failure, doesn't build resilience. It builds the habit of lowering the bar. That's why the protocol is unforgiving. Because iron isn't forged in comfort. It's forged under pressure. Now let me break down what actually happens during the 100 days. Because it's not linear. It's 3 distinct psychological phases. Phase 1. Days 1 to 30. The excitement phase. You start strong. This is new. You're energized by the commitment. You feel good about yourself. Around day 10, it gets harder. The novelty wears off. But initial energy is still present. Around day 20, you hit the first wall. This is tedious. This is demanding. Why am I doing this? But you push through because you're not that far in yet. Starting over from day 1 isn't psychologically devastating. Day 30. You've built momentum. This is manageable. But this is where most people stop. They think, 30 days? I've built the habit. I'm done. They're not. They've only completed the foundation. Phase 2. Days 31 to 70. The grind phase. This is where it gets real. The initial energy is gone. This is just work now. Every day, same practices. The end feels distant. Around day 45, you'll want to quit. Not because it's too difficult, because it's monotonous. Around day 55, you'll rationalize. I've completed 55 days. That's impressive. Maybe I'll just stop here. Around day 65, you'll feel resentment at yourself, at the protocol, at the commitment you made. This is the phase where most people break, not because they can't perform the practices, because they can't tolerate the sameness. The monks knew this. They called it ma'ai, the dangerous space between commitment and completion. They had a saying, the demon appears at day 50, not a literal demon. The voice in your head that says, you've done enough, you can stop. That voice is the test. If you obey it, you're still governed by comfort. If you ignore it and continue, you're becoming iron. Phase 3, days 71 to 100, the emergence phase. If you make it past day 70, something fundamental shifts. You stop negotiating with yourself. The practices aren't optional anymore. They're simply what you do. Around day 80, you realize this has integrated into your identity. Around day 90, you feel a sense of capability you've never experienced. Not because you're suddenly extraordinary, because you've proven you can maintain commitment for 90 consecutive days through all circumstances. Day 100, you complete the protocol, but you're also just beginning, because now you know what you're capable of. And that knowledge changes everything that comes after. Studies on elite performers across fields, athletes, musicians, special forces, operators, show the same pattern. High achievement correlates more strongly with consistency than with talent. They've built iron discipline through protocols like this. Extended periods of repetitive practice with no interruptions. That's what the 100 days accomplishes. It proves to you that you're capable of extraordinary consistency. So here's exactly how you begin. Today, right now, choose your 3 practices. Body practice. What physical challenge will you complete before 8 a.m. every day? Mind practice. What focus-intensive work will you complete before noon every day? Spirit practice. What meaning-making practice will you complete before bed every day? Write them down. Be specific. Not exercise, but run 5K or 100 push-ups and 100 squats. Not work on project, but write 500 words or code for 30 minutes on my app. Not be grateful, but write 3 gratitudes, 1 failure, 1 improvement in my journal. Get a calendar. Physical. Hang it where you'll see it multiple times daily. Tomorrow is day 1. Complete all 3 practices. Mark an X on the calendar. The next day, day 2. Same practices. The day after, day 3. For 100 consecutive days, here's what you'll become. Someone who honors commitments to yourself. Someone who doesn't negotiate away their standards. Someone who completes what they begin. Not because circumstances are favorable, because that's who you are. After 100 days, you'll look back and not recognize the person you were on day 1. That person made exceptions. That person quit when it got uncomfortable. That person negotiated with themselves. The person you'll be on day 101 doesn't do any of that. And that person can accomplish anything they commit to. Now, if you've made it this far and you're ready to actually do this, subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be making content specifically for people on their 100-day protocols. Updates, encouragement, troubleshooting common obstacles. You'll want that support when you hit day 50 and the demon appears. Click subscribe. Be part of this community of people who are forging themselves. Comment below right now. Right, day 1 starts tomorrow. My 3 practices are: list them, make it public, make it real. This community will check on you, will support you, will hold you accountable. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who keeps starting and stopping. Someone who needs to forge iron discipline. Tomorrow is day 1. For all 3 practices, no exceptions, no negotiations. The monks did 100 days, not because it was tradition, because extended, unbroken practice works. Research confirms it. Ancient wisdom discovered it. Now you know it. Tomorrow, day 1. All 3 practices. Mark the X. Don't break the chain. For 100 days, become iron.